Morning. It's 4:30 in the morning. We're fixing to leave here in about 15 minutes. Today I was going to show you what we do. Part of our job is to move cargo. Sometimes it has to go from country to country. They'll use rivers, and depending on the size of the equipment, they might end up doing a very, very small move. We don't really typically do these very much. One, because they cost a lot of money. Everything we do, we try to save money. Today, we actually have a barge mission. I have to go pick up a lady that I work with from Battalion, and then we're gonna go to the port. We're gonna head out here in a little bit. Gotta grab a couple small things, and next time you see me, it'll be probably around 7 o'clock. Good morning. Let's see, it's about 20 to 7. Here is the Rhine River. We're at the port. We're waiting on the barge to show up with all the equipment. They said there's about 9 pieces of it, so we gotta get it, measure it, get all the documentation for it, and then go order some trucks. And then the trucks should show up here next week, get it all shipped out to wherever it's going. It is awfully foggy out here, and it is cold. So I guess when the barge shows up, I'll show you what we gotta do. Well, so look, we got a big old gantry crane right there. Over here they got all these brand new John Deere tractors. They got a whole bunch more over here too. Let's go see one. Tires. Brand new John Deere tractor. There's a whole bunch. Don't know where they're going. This is my first time here at this port. It's kind of small compared to like ports we've normally worked. Just gonna wait. We're gonna hang out for this barge to show up. We'll see you in a little bit. There they go. Let's see. Is that us? Probably not. They changed the time on us. The barge isn't gonna show up till 9 o'clock. We were told 7. So we ran to this little bakery. Look at this. Vegetarian. Look at that. Ooh, that's good. Looks like the ramp is on the back right there. That's how you drive all this stuff on and off. So spinning them around. On this barge we have 9 pieces. You see 3 of them right there. We have to get them, well first we have to get on the ship, check them out, make sure there's no damage. And then the contractors will drop them off the ship, and then we will verify all the data, like the serial numbers, a few other things we have to get off the paperwork for them, and then we have to request trucks, a commercial truck to come pick them up. That's going to take probably about a week or so, so we should be down here next week to see this stuff get loaded up. Land ho. Let's do this thing. Oh, yeah. equipment. We have to verify and find this number on our paperwork.
Okay.
All right, we're done. We verified all of our data, whatever. And then we just found out they're gonna unload all the tractors, the John Deeres. And then they're gonna leave and come back tomorrow. And then I guess they'll unload all this stuff then. And then we'll come down next week. We have to go back and get movement requests to get some trucks down here to get this stuff out of here. So that's the new game plan. This barge is kind of cool. Look at that tower. So I didn't know this, but some barges have up to 5 decks. I didn't know that. It's kind of like a small ship. A guy that I was talking to about this operation, he was saying that they've had over 300 Humvees on one barge before. I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, we just had to go verify the dimensions, length, width, height, weight, all that kind of stuff. But it's on the paperwork, so let's go off of that, right? It's in inches. They don't use that here in Europe. It's all centimeters and kilos and meters. Sometimes I think the US needs to make the switch. Got all that done. Got my little stick. It's probably almost lunchtime. We'll see what that brings. Back to my room. This weather in here is crazy. The other morning, I was driving a battalion, and the little temperature gauge on the car, it said it was 37 degrees outside. Now, okay, it's cold. Like, you know, we're kind of like in the hills here. Came out of the hills and it instantly went up to like 53. That's still cold. What is it, end of September? Charleston, it's still 80, 90 degrees. Anyway, today was pretty fun. It was finally good to go out, and even though it was like a small little, I don't know, 9-piece mission, right? It was still good to get the guy I was with. He's brand new to the Army. He's been in less than 2 years. He hasn't got to do his job yet in the real world. So it was kind of good to like get him out there and like show him what we do, you know, on an actual mission instead of training. Now we have a meeting to get on. So we have to get on this call. It's probably gonna last a couple of hours. So here in a couple weeks, we'll get to do the other half. So normally what happens, the ship comes in, you unload the ship, get all the cargo onto the port. Then you'll have agriculture, like the Department of Agriculture. They come out, we call it ag. Ag will come out, look at all the cargo, make sure it's not dirty. And then if it is dirty, they'll reject it and say it needs to be cleaned. So then we have to hire labor, get a wash rack going, all this stuff, right? So once it's done there, then we'll start, well, you're gonna go out by rail. Rail is train. So it's either gonna go out on a train, or we're gonna call civilian truckers to come in and pick up all this equipment one at a time. That's what we'll be doing next week. Next week, we're going to put a request in this week to get civilian trucks to show up next week. They'll show up, we'll have to go down and watch them get loaded up, and then just make sure nothing gets broken in the process and send them on their way. And then our job's done. I gotta get on this call now. Gotta be on there in about 10 minutes, and it's gonna take me every bit of 10 minutes to get logged in. Don't you love Army systems? We'll talk soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.